Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to the first live episode of the Modern Woodcarver Podcast in a series I'm doing called Carve With Me, where I'm going to go live every once in a while. I'll work on a project and just kind of answer questions and talk to you guys about carving and behind the scenes things with the podcast. So I appreciate all of you for tuning into the show and all the support everyone has given me. It's been really great. Been having a lot of fun talking to everyone and getting to learn everyone's stories and journeys and their favorite styles and everything like that. So, yeah, I just wanted to say thank all of you. I just wanted to thank all of you for watching and following me along this journey. It's been a lot of fun. So, I'm going to give it a few more minutes to let people join in if they haven't. But today I'm going to be working on this cottonwood bark wood spirit, and yeah, just kind of talk about the process and talk about the show. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to leave it in the chat and I'll do my best to answer them. If not, just enjoy watching me carve and hearing some stories. So let me flip this over and get it set up. So right now I have set up a piece of cottonwood bark that I got from shipping away in Canada. It was pretty expensive to have shipped here. I wouldn't do it again due to the tariffs and everything. But if anyone knows of a better place to source cottonwood bark, please let me know. I know there's Los Hill or Lost Hill. I'm gonna try them next. But if there's anywhere else you guys recommend, definitely let me know. I'm just trying to figure out how I can see the chat. Please bear with me. It's the first time I've ever done this, so I want to be able to make sure I can see the comments if anyone's making any. Oh, and I'm messing with screens here. What's up, Victor? How you doing, man? For anyone who doesn't know, Victor is one of my oldest and closest best friends, and he is responsible for creating the logo of the Modern Woodcarver Podcast. And he also helped create the logo for my main Instagram page, Garado Woodworks. So Victor's a really good friend and super talented. You got A Manetti in the chat. I'm sorry, I don't think I know your real name, but I love your work. All right, so I got this piece of cottonwood bark that I'm just kind of clearing away. I tried carving a green man in it earlier, and the leaves and everything were kind of giving gears a little bit and just work on something different. All right. I'm not going to take it too serious here. I'm just going to kind of wing it and do a center line. Red pen is no good. Hey, what's up, Blake? Thanks for joining in. All right. I don't really know what I'm going to do here. I'm winging it. Andre, that's your name. Nice to meet you, Andre. I know we've spoken a couple of times. And yeah, like I said, your work is really fantastic. And I love what you do. And appreciate you joining in today. So this is kind of awkward with the arm that's holding my camera up. And I just sharpened my tools so they're cutting really easily. Start with the brow ridge there. Boxing that nose. Now, I don't know if I should go realistic with this or a little less realistic. But we'll see what happens. See what I feel like. I'm still getting used to carving cottonwood bark. This is only like my 4th or 5th piece that I'm doing. So it's still pretty new to me. And the grain is kind of funky. It's kind of hard to. It just chips off and splinters off. We got Sam Burgers asking, what are you making right now? I'm working on a wood spirit and cottonwood bark. I don't know if I'll finish it tonight, but definitely get a good way through. I think in the future I'm gonna have to figure out a better way to mount my camera because it's definitely in the way, especially on this right side. It is cottonwood bark. I don't know too much about it. I do know you can source it up in Canada where you're from. It might be cheaper to get it than what I paid for it, but it's really nice wood to carve with. It's very different compared to basswood. It's soft, but very brittle. Kind of like flakes off. All right, where am I going with this? Let's see. We got the nose kind of boxed in, but we're gonna deepen that a little bit more. Set in the eyes here. Let me see. Have any of you guys been watching the podcast? And if you are, let me know what you think so far and who your favorite guest has been. I don't think I can pick. Everyone has been really great. They're all very talented. A lot of really useful things from each guest. So it's been a lot of fun for me. And it definitely gave me a lot of inspiration to try some new things and new styles that I probably never would have tried if I haven't spoken to any of these guys. Um, I feel like I made his nose a little too narrow. I didn't give it enough width on the side here. But we can fix that. You know, I never actually thought of painting it, Andre. I feel like that's probably a pretty, but I kind of like the natural look of the wood. I think it's really beautiful with all like the different colors of the grain and the pattern of it. It's pretty unique. So I don't know. I hate painting, as many of you know. I've said it plenty of times, and I'll keep saying it because painting sucks. I'm getting used to it. Used to painting now. Hey, Jonathan, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. We got Jonathan Creason in the audience today. He's another really super talented carver. I love his style, his videos, everything he's doing is really great. If you don't know who he is, he was one of the first few guests on the podcast. So you should have seen him, but he has a YouTube channel, Instagram, Facebook, and he's also the creative mastermind behind the Facebook page, the Woodcarvers Challenge. I think that's what it's called, Woodcarvers Challenge. I don't go on Facebook too much. It's not my favorite. You can join in, carve a monthly challenge, and win some bragging rights. Let's see. The one thing I'm really struggling with these cottonwood pieces is I'm used to carving out of square blocks and not so much these odd shaped, weird pieces. So I tend to get lost when I hit these side profiles where there's still bark on it because the face kind of just has to fade into that. And there's nowhere to really set the cheeks and everything. So I don't know where to kind of stop and where to start on a lot of things. Um, so I'm learning. Let's give this guy. What's funny is I've carved so many of these wood spirits out of basswood, um, all different styles and types. So I'm pretty familiar with how to carve them, but for some reason in these bark pieces, I tend to get a little lost and confused on what to do next. Also, it is kind of awkward having to talk to a camera and carve at the same time. I'm not used to doing that. Kind of getting somewhere. Narrow out his face. What are some of you guys working on this past week? I've been mostly working on this bear that I've been trying to carve. This real life sculpted bear out of basswood. And I gotta say, it's one of the toughest pieces of basswood I've ever carved in my life. It's like a piece of iron. Um, and it's driving me nuts because it keeps dulling my tools, having to sharpen it. It's awkward to hold. I actually started that bear about a year or two ago, and I remember why I put it to the side because the wood is so obnoxiously difficult to carve. Um, but now I'm kind of determined to finish it. Let's thin out his nose here. This right side is going to give me a lot of trouble because the arm of the camera is definitely in the way, blocking everything. Um, so I'm going to keep bumping into it and knocking it around. I hope that's not too annoying. All right, let's see. What can I do? I don't like to switch my chisels too much if I can help it. This seems to be about right. There goes that camera arm again in the way. Kind of set in the nostrils. I found it's a lot easier doing it that way than carving around and scooping out. Just find a gouge that fits the shape of the nostril. Hammer it in. and just clear the chips around it. Andre, have you carved a lot of bears since you like carving them? I don't know if I've seen a bear on your Instagram, but it's kind of hard to remember everyone's projects. All right, I think forehead is getting in the way here a little bit. That is extremely dull. There we go. I hope this camera angle is okay for you guys. I keep looking and it's like there's much light. Made 3 bears, 2 brown bears and 1 polar bear. Oh, that's really cool. I'd love to see those. I've done a few like characters. Pretty much I followed Doug Linker's video on his whittling a bear or whatever it was called, and then carved a few of those. I think I have one here. Yeah, and then I kind of transitioned it into my own little style. Did a New York style bear and a farmer bear and a couple other random ones. People really like those, but they take a little bit of time to make. All right, let's see. What do I do with his eyes here? Set them in a little bit. Create the pocket for his eyes here. Pocket, is that the right word? The eyeball, eyelid, whatever you want to call it. Maybe I'll make him sleep. Kind of looks like a sleeping spirit. I would love to interview Doug for the podcast. He is definitely on my list. I have not asked him yet, but I think he would say yes, but I don't know him, and but he's definitely someone I do want to get on the podcast. Um, I have interviewed a lot of people that do know him, and they all seem to think that he would do it. So that's the goal. One of the goals. Doug has been a huge inspiration. I love his videos. He is single-handedly responsible for the creation of thousands and thousands of wood carvers out there in the community. He's done such an amazing job teaching and sharing his work, and he's one super talented individual. Huge fan of Doug, like everyone else. Yeah, so many people learn to carve because of Doug, and yeah, I mean he's been absolutely incredible. I can't say enough about what he's done in the wood carving community. All right, let's kind of thin out his face here. He's looking a little too broad. Give him some cheeks. Um, Now I know there's all types of measurements you can do, and split the face into thirds and all that, and that's great and all, and really helpful. But I kind of just like to wing it sometimes and not get too caught up in some technicality of portrait carving. Um, I definitely do that stuff when I have time, but in this type of setting, I feel like it's not really necessary. All right, I think his head is still a little too broad. His hairline up here somewhere. We gotta think about. Let me grab a different gouge here. Yeah, that one's better. I don't know about you guys, but I'm pretty tired. I been spending a lot of time scheduling and meeting people, recording these podcasts, and there's a lot that goes into it. So this morning I recorded with a guest, and he lives all the way in Australia, and there was a 14-hour time difference. So in order to make things easier for both of us, I accommodated him a little bit, and he accommodated me, and I had to meet up with him very early in the morning on a Saturday. Never fun, but I had a really great time talking to him and learn more about our fellow woodcarvers in Australia. So, a lot of late nights recording episodes, technical difficulties, editing, all that fun stuff that goes into making content. All right, I think he's turning out pretty cool. Definitely got to narrow his face a little. Give him a little bit more depth. We got to figure out what I want to do with his mustache and beard here. I don't want to incorporate it into this downward split over here, but maybe we'll give him a big kind of curly mustache like that. Something kind of funky. Blocking in his mustache now. Sometimes I like to bounce around when I feel like I'm getting a little frustrated in one area or afraid to kind of mess something up that I don't want to mess up in his face. So sometimes switching to a different spot sort of helps. I don't know if I like that split right there. But it's shallow enough to get rid of if I don't like it. Jonathan's asking, where did I get that pencil? So I bought this on Amazon. It's a Stadler, something it's called. It's a mechanical pencil, and I like it because, oh, well, the lead is usually much longer, but you can swap out the lead, and you can also buy multicolored. Here's a normal piece of lead. You can buy multicolored lead for it, and I didn't know this actually. Tom Parr, who's another guest on the show, he he put me on to using orange lead because the black on a block of basswood rubs off. Um, so if you have a black and then you're handling it and carving it after a while, it smudges and it kind of stains the wood black. It's not really doing that here, but it gets a little weird. The red, you don't seem to have that problem, and it's much more vibrant to see against the block of basswood. So, yeah, that was a really useful tip from Tom, and I absolutely love this pencil. I first learned about it when I was working at my framing job many years ago, and the person who did the purchasing there, and I asked him. That's what he gave me. So I've had that one for like 10 years. So much I bought a second one. Another thing I learned with this pencil, you can't sharpen it the traditional way. You need one of these little barrel sharpeners where you insert the pencil and sharpen it. Um, and I always found that annoying because if you didn't have that little barrel with you, how do you sharpen the pencil? But Tom, again, smart guy, told me that you can use the cap of the pencil and you can just sharpen it that way. Um, and you got a brand new sharpened pencil. So had the pencil for like 10 years and I never knew that. Yeah, you're welcome. Definitely my favorite style pencil to use. Um, Never look back once I got it. All right, let's see if I can get to his side of the face without bumping into the camera or the arm. Nope. I really like carving wood spirits. It's actually the main reason I got into wood carving. Forgot where I saw it, but I saw it online and saw a wood spirit carving, and I just loved it so much, and I really wanted to try it. I thought it was cool. I like the whole story and the lore behind the wood spirits. Um, and it just really piqued my interest. And yeah, that was my very first project. It was a really basic, simple looking wood spirit, and I still have it. It's on my shelf. I like looking at it every once in a while and seeing how far I came as a wood carver. Here we go, nice and awkward again. Now, for those who don't know, wood spirits are considered to be, if I'm remembering correctly, they are the protectors of the forests. They keep the trees and animals safe, look after it, all the woodland creatures and everything. And it's said that if you found one while hiking or camping, that it would bring you good luck. Like that story or lore of the wood spirits. I'm sure there's some angry ones or aggressive types of wood spirits who come in and hunt the animals, destroy the land. Maybe they wouldn't be too happy with you. I also don't really know where they originated. So if anyone does, leave a comment. All right, his nose is too flat here. I don't like that. So let's draw that ball of the nose. Let's see if we can shape that a little bit. This bark is just so easy to carve. I feel like it's cheating. Especially after fighting with that hard piece of basswood today. Spent a good amount of time on that bear. I feel like I went nowhere with it. All right, trying to shape his nose a little bit more. What you do to one side, you kind of want to do to the other. Get that. So should have did a better job in the beginning, making this nose a little rounder. He's going to have a very flat nose. Which I guess I can still make deeper. I would just have to remove a lot of his mustache out, which I think we're going to do. Sometimes that's the way it goes. We can yeah, I think I like that much better because I didn't really give him his nostril flares or whatever you call them. Yeah. So now I think I kind of have to go back in and redo all his mustache here since I kind of destroyed that a little bit. Gotta redo his cheeks here. Guess I'll have a little bit more of a droopier face because of it. So try to excavate some of that where his eye meets. I'm gonna also round off the eye mound here. Kind of help give it a little bit more character and look like a person. Really helps if you have a skew chisel for this, which I don't have. So sometimes I can get away with using this chip carving knife. I do have a mini skew knife, but it's not very fun to use on these bigger projects. Here, just round off the eyes a little bit. The other eye. I also think I might need a better way to mount these style of carvings. I see everyone use that 2x4 method, where they're carving straight up in front of them. I wonder how much better that would be compared to what I'm doing. I'm using a Veritas carver's vise, which is really great. I love it. It's kind of low, so I'm kind of always hunched over. All right, so I got his eyes kind of rounded off here and set in for now. Always keep finding things I need to tweak, but let's try to keep it moving a little bit. All right, what's up, Mike? How you doing? We got Mike Reed in the chat here. For those who don't know, he makes some really cool sheaths for your knives. He has them available. He also makes knives and handles and all types of other cool stuff. So definitely go check that out. Blanking on his social media handles, but if you want to throw it in the chat there, I'll definitely mention it for everyone to go check out.